you very much. This is going to be an update to where we are with the Mount Peak project, our flagship project. For those of you who are not aware, this is a very large vanadium titanium iron deposit, and we've been focusing on extracting high purity vanadium pentoxide and titanium dioxide, which we're taking through to titanium pigment on this deposit. We're very advanced. We've completed a feasibility study in 2015, updated that in November 2017, and we're now in the pre-development permitting stages of the project. So our forward-looking disclaimer, just a brief on the corporate overview, just some points that have changed with the company recently. We had a large iron group, VM Selgowacua. They're an iron producer from India, come on a register with a strategic investment. They bring a lot of experience from the iron ore side of things, which we're extremely pleased about. We have also a Chinese group, Aozu, that are a private engineering group, also have the capacity to be part of the overall development of the project. We have a strong cash position, 18 million Australian dollars in the cash, and a market cap of around about just over 100 million Australian dollars at the moment. Where are we? We're in the middle of the Northern Territory, but importantly, we're close to existing infrastructure of the road, rail, and gas. We've discovered our own water reserve for life of mine, which is at this stage about 20 years. We own the licenses 100%. We've received native title approval for mining. We're just waiting for the mining licenses to be approved from the Northern Territory Government at this stage. We had federal approval of our environmental impact statement earlier in this year. So it's all moving ahead in the right direction for us. This is the overall flow sheet, and you see that it's got the Tivan flow sheet. Tivan is the process that we've developed along with our metallurgical and development engineering groups to extract the vanadium, the titanium, and iron as three separate commercial products, which is what gives us an extremely strong, robust financial project. Essentially, we're going to take the magnetite out of the resource on site. That then gets transported through to Darwin, where we're going to have the Tivan process, which essentially is a hydrometallurgical process where we extract the vanadium pentoxide, the titanium dioxide, and the iron oxide as three separate product streams. It's been tested and over-tested again by CSIRO. We've engaged with a very large metallurgical group, the SMS group in Germany. They give us a very strong, robust process whereby they will be giving us a process and a product guarantee for this project. The grades that we will produce are very high. We focus on high purity and high recoveries. Over 99% is going to be the vanadium pentoxide grade. The titanium dioxide will come out as a very high purity, allowing us to have that coated in our what we call TNG 365, which is going to be an outdoor coating, and we have that in process with a German group called Ticons. And the iron oxide is likely to be pelletized, and we'll get a strong premium for those pellets, as the grade for that is very high. It's around about 69% Fe. The metrics from the DFS, just really to focus on NPVs over 4 billion Australian, and the IRRs over 44%. The two key products are the vanadium pentoxide and the titanium dioxide, which we take through to pigment. There's a very strong market developed for both of those. We've seen the spectacular price rises for the vanadium over the last 12 to 18 months. And also very, very strong firming in the titanium pigment market as well, where it's now about $3,500 a ton. This all bodes well. We use very conservative figures in our feasibility study, and we have binding offtake agreements now with for all products, most recently with Swiss group DKSH, $11 billion turnover company based in Switzerland. That'll take our life of mine titanium pigments in a offtake and distribution agreement. We've got a Korean group that'll take the vanadium pentoxide, and Gunvor at this stage will also take our iron products. There will be some overflow into the recent Indian group as well, who would also interested in taking our iron product as well. So the recent key announcements that we've achieved, particularly this year, I think I've mentioned already, but to summarise, we've got the environmental approval at the mine site, the strategic investment from the Indian group, the titanium pigment technology. This is a very important package for us, for them to supply us not only the pigment process, but also the recipe for the pigment coating that we wish to produce. Importantly, the native title agreements with the traditional owners was executed, and allowing now for the Northern Territory Government to grant our mining licenses. We've also signed the final feed agreement with the SMS Group. This is very important. They'll give us not only a fixed price for the construction of all mine equipment, but also they will give us a process and product guarantee, and that work has been commenced. So next steps, we expect to get the mining license from the Northern Territory Government. There's the environmental impact study for the Taiwan process site that needs to be completed. We expect that to be done by the end of the year. Our project finance, this is $1 billion project, Australian. We have engaged very strongly with KfW, the German Export Credit Bank. Following recent discussions with them, we do expect some news on that in the near future. Once the level of input from KfW is understood, then we'll know how much equity component we'll need. We're very advanced in the project and the roadmap for getting the project finance, and we expect that to become quite clear during 2019. We're ready to go on the mine site equipment for a tendering process, and we're ready to appoint an EPC once we have the financial close, and will be commencement of development. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any queries, please visit us at our stand. Thank you.